It's week 1 of the NFL, where division rivals will clash in the AFC South. It's the Jaguars and the Colts, and it's coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, we jump right into this new season with an AFC South matchup, as it'll be the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Indianapolis Colts. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Well, CD, new season is here. Lions and Chiefs got it going on Thursday night. You and I were there. What a scene that was. But now here we are a few days later on Sunday, looking at two teams with great expectations here to begin 2023.
It's always fun to get a new season started, isn't it, partner? Because everyone feels like they've got a shot at the defending champs. They think that they can be the new champs. And here we are getting things going. Let's have some fun.
A new season of NFL football is here, and we're off in 2023 on EA Sports. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Well, the Jaguars ready to go on offense for the first time, and they're led by the former #1 pick in the draft in his third season now, Charles, Trevor Lawrence.
Last year, we got the Trevor Lawrence's so many tabbed to be the savior of the Jaguars. He broke 4,000 yards for the first time and threw 25 touchdown passes and guided his team to the playoffs. This young man, he's been good since the first time he picked up a ball in Youth League. They expect nothing less from him again this season.
A man coming off an 1,100-yard campaign last year. Here's Travis Etienne. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's second down. So from the 26-yard line, here's second down and 8. Here's Lawrence. He completes it to Tate. 2 yards on the pickup there. And now third down and 6 to go.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
On third down, Lawrence. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on third down, forcing the errant pass. Fourth down coming up. On fourth down, on is Logan Cook to punt. That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, first and 10. So here come the Colts to take over for the first time, and leading the way is the #4 pick in the draft out of Florida. Here's Anthony Richardson.
The moment Anthony Richardson's name was announced as the 4th pick in the 2023 draft, it changed the landscape and probably our viewing habits with the NFL. He is must-see viewing. Tremendous athlete, not a lot of experience, but the ceiling as high as it possibly can be.
And they'll begin by running the option. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. That may be a sneak peek on this opening drive of what this young rookie can showcase, his legs.
And normally, as you start a game, you're just thinking, can he get the snap? Can he hand off? Can he just execute? Instead, he doesn't waste any time on wrapping another dimension to his game, showing off those wheels and picking up some nice yardage.
And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it, and while he didn't get a first down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
7 yards there and a first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Back to Taylor on first down. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. So this, a great matchup here in Indy. You get a divisional game right out of the gate. Charles, what do you see in store for these two teams in 2023?
Indianapolis trying to get themselves reestablished as a playoff team, but they've kind of hit the reset button a little bit. While Jacksonville, coming off of a big finish in 2022, they believe they're the team to beat in the AFC South.
And Taylor going to pick up the Colts' first down as he'll get this down to the 35-yard line. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Again, it's Taylor. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
Richardson working from the gun. To the right side, complete to Taylor. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, here's Richardson. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Yeah, it's still early in the game. No sense taking a chance on 3rd down and forcing one into traffic. So I like the wise play he made there. Get it to the sideline out of bounds where no one's going to have a chance at it.
And Gay knocks this one through. And the Colts hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the 2nd time here in this game. And one of the things we like to hit on every year are the new rule changes. And we got a few for 2023. A lot are procedural, having to do with deadlines and roster construction and such. But the two kind of caught my eye, Charles. One, it's intercepted. He was trying to get it to Ridley. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. Matt Gay on for the extra point. And he's 1 for 1 on the new year as his kick is good. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. Jamal Agnew now to return it. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Jacksonville set to go again offensively. And Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
2nd and 8 coming from the 19. Now Lawrence. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Joe Schobert.
And partner, I think this is where long-term starters in the NFL separate themselves from the rest of the pack, because there's still 3 full quarters left in this one. More than enough time to move past a pair of early mistakes and find a way to lead your team to a win. Mental resiliency, a characteristic every NFL team's looking for in their quarterback.
Call it a gain of a yard, and that will bring up 2nd down. On 2nd down, it's Richardson to throw it. The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie. Will go down as a gain of 6. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3. A nice throw right there, and these fans getting their first look at their QB1 of the future. I'd imagine it's got to be a big plus for him to get his first start here in front of that home crowd.
I know there's a school of thought about getting a
touchdown. A great effort there. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Colts are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. So an early advantage now and a good one. 17-0 our scores. They kick this one away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Been a nightmare of a first quarter for him. 2 interceptions, 1 return for a touchdown. As he starts again here, 1st and 10. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up, 1st and 10. At their own 23. They'll look to Etienne to start things out. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
He's brought down at the 31. It's a gain of 8.
Another tote for Etienne. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
That was a particularly nice play because not only was it his job to force the play inside, he was actually able to fold inside himself and make the tackle ultimately. Very nicely done.
They'll run with Etienne. And that one going nope. As he's met in the backfield and goes backwards.
After review of the play.
So not successful there on the challenge, and he'll have to be careful from here on out because he'll only have 1 challenge remaining. The Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. And this will be blown dead right around the 25-yard line. And the Colts getting ready to go. They've been off to the races already. A 17-0 lead. Now a chance for more here as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around with the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. A nice completion there for the first down. And, Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week 1. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. The best part about his game has his team right on the brink of the playoffs. And Deshaun Watson has won division titles after having started from day 1.
17-0 our score after 1. Second quarter now from Indianapolis with the homestanding Colts in possession. From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd down and 1. Richardson off the play fake. That's going to be taken in by Downs. He's got room to roam. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Josh Downs with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Colts are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores. And I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse if this is an important possession. but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Play action. It's Lawrence sliding out of the pocket. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and that'll bring up second down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 43. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Straight ahead, Etienne. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. Etienne up the middle, down right around the 25. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, Lawrence flushed out right. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Great vision there by Lawrence as he scrambles for a first down.
Partner, there's a downside to everything, and the danger of man coverage is if you're locking down your target, you often turn your back to the quarterback and you don't see him. Sometimes you open up a big lane for him to hit you for big yardage, and that was an astute play by him to scramble out, see that lane, and burn them for a first down.
And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. 2nd down, ball on the 3. First down marker at the 1-yard line. Etienne once more. 4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to 1st and goal.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal. Here's the rookie from Auburn, Tank Bigsby. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Now, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. Well, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout. Now, whistles here, and I believe one of the Jaguar linemen might have moved. Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
Still 2nd down.
Things made a little more difficult after the false start as they try again on 2nd and goal. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Evan Ingram, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Jaguars are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. And oh, it's wide right. No good.
Logan Cook to kick off for the Jaguars.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And trouble there on the kickoff as that goes out of bounds.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking.
So now the possession will begin at the 35 after the errant kickoff.
Well, that's certainly one way to avoid a dangerous kick returner, I suppose, but you are giving up extra yardage, that's for sure, because if you put it out of the end zone, they start at the 25, so at a minimum, you're giving up 10 yards to the offense.
Good starting field position for the Colts as they have it 1st and 10 at the 40. To the 43, second down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Now it's Richardson. He finds his man complete. It's McKenzie. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
He finds his man complete. It's McKenzie. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. Another completion there. And we think back to the draft in the spring. This franchise essentially handing him the keys to the operation, a top 5 pick. Charles, how ready do you think he is?
I think he's ready for the NFL in terms of size, speed, the makeup of him, the character of him. The key's going to be, will this team accept everything he brings to the game and adapt to it? Not just necessarily plug him into something that he doesn't do well.
1st and 10, it's Richardson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again, it's Richardson on 2nd down. And this taken in by Downs. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Well, another completion there, and what a big moment in a young quarterback's life, that first NFL start. And Charles, obviously they want him to win games, but if they're looking at him under a microscope in this first month or so, what do you think they're hoping to see from him?
Well, for every question I have for him, they should have for themselves as a coaching staff, because it's not just how quickly can he learn the offense, it's what they can teach him, right? How can he build a relationship with his receivers? And, of course, how open is he to learning? And, of course, how open are they to giving him things that he can put in place on the field?
1st and 10, Taylor now. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Richardson. He'll check this one down to Taylor. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
The Colts send out their new kicker for 2023, Matt Gay, for the field goal. From the right hash, this from 33. Gay's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So this lead, Charles, just continuing to swell here in the first half.
Well, it's interesting. When we talked to them prior to the game, they told us that their game plan was take no prisoners, and they've lived up to it so far because everything has worked. No guarantee that'll continue, but all in all, this coaching staff's got to be very pleased by what they've seen.
This taken in at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Jaguars getting set to go. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence. A short throw there to Strange. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be second down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Second and 5. They go play action with Lawrence. Rolling to his right. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Now Lawrence on first down. He'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. First and 10. Here's Lawrence to throw. And this is caught at the 8. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. This is first and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Now Lawrence to throw. Steps away. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Trevor Lawrence in the final seconds of the first half. And the Jaguars are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
That's a Trevor Lawrence I remember coming out of college. Never afraid to tuck the ball and go. People were covered downfield. 2 scores as a rookie, 5 last year. He knows when it's time to take off and put it in the end zone.
So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And with only 9 seconds remaining, well, not much time, we'll see how they play this. A pretty good looking run there on first down. That'll go for 9 yards, just short of the line to gain. So we've reached halftime here. Well, look around the NFL. We'll have to wait for postgame because we are moving right through halftime and on to the third quarter. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And we'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. But Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead. Now a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the third quarter.
Yeah, believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, It's really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it. And in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them, too.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. A short throw pulled in by Woods. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Andre Cisco. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
They'll take over on 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll send the big tight end in motion right. They'll roll him out right. And that is caught. It's Ridley. That's good for 28 yards.
That's a big league job there of getting out of the pocket, not panicking, and just buying himself some time. Then he made a good, accurate throw to set up 1st and goal.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. On play action, Lawrence. He'll buy some time right. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Trevor Lawrence with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Jaguars take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points.
Hey, you're down on the scoreboard, but now your offense is in close, and this is where, as a quarterback, you say, I've got to make a play here. Doesn't matter whether it's a pinpoint throw or a scramble like this one. He takes matters into his own hands and delivers a touchdown run.
And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. A break there for this offense as they will get a chance to start at the 40-yard line.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking.
Well, not one you see often there as he fails to keep it between the sidelines, and that is a penalty every time and going to give this offense better field position.
And it's every kickoff guy's nightmare, isn't it? Because you don't see yourself doing this, and most of the time you don't. It's absolutely a mishit, and now your team pays the price. Bad field position for your defense.
And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest. 1st and 10, Richardson looks to throw it. Got his man complete over the middle. That's McKenzie. 26 big yards on that one. It's another first down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
That complete to Downs. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Facing a 2nd and 3. Ball on the 10. Quick throw into the hands of Pittman. And the Colts are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
That's another Colts. 1st down. 1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
Richardson looking to throw this. This is caught. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal.
Michael Pittman. A pickup of 2 brings up 2nd and goal at the 4-yard line.
Taylor going to take this down just short of the goal line. He got 3, but could not get the ball over the chalk. Calling a gain of a couple. The defense stiffening here. It's 3rd and goal. So now things get interesting on 3rd and goal from the 1.
This almost becomes a Darwinian call, doesn't it? Almost survival of the fittest here. I know we can go all cliche. I'll go ahead and do it. Who wants it more here? Who has a better leverage at the line of scrimmage? Let's go and see what happens.
And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. The Colts send out their new kicker for 2023, Matt Gay, for the field goal. This a fairly straightforward 22-yard short attempt. And Gay knocks this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. So 3 points, response there to that opening touchdown of this 3rd quarter.
And that's an important 3, both in terms of adding to your lead, but also letting the other guys know you're not going to just come out in the second half and take over.
From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is. And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Lawrence. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
Offense.
So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that could be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. Being chased out left. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on 2nd down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Lawrence. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it. And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. On 1st down, Richardson. They'll get this off to Taylor. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Here's Richardson to throw. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Brought to the ground by the linebacker, Foye Oluokun.
Partner, the Mike linebacker, the middle linebacker, has so many different responsibilities. How excited do you think he was to get home with that blitz?
Yeah, he wants a sack. He got it. Now Richardson. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Smart move to throw that one away. You're in field goal range, so you definitely don't want to be loose with the ball. And that's great work by this defense to force a fourth down.
Gay's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
After the made field goal, Gay back out there to kick it off. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. And last time, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game. And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. A good pickup there, a 22.
Jacksonville's gamble on Engram getting back to peak form was a smart one. Career best in catches and yards. Basically gave their offense another big-bodied receiver to go to, as they did there.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. A handoff for Etienne. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. 46 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 4. And they'll go again with Etienne. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. A short throw there to Strange. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. A give running right, Etienne. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Here's a give to Etienne. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Just a gain of a yard, but it's going to set him up with a 1st and goal. So a decent deficit at this stage in the 2nd half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward. If we lose yardage, this is the play call that I'll have ready.
And he will maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And that's also all for this 3rd quarter of play. Back now in Indianapolis. It's Jaguar football, but a little work to do for them. They trail here as we start the 4th. Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. He'll try again, but he will lose yardage here as they knock him back to the 3. Now, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Third and goal, and keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory. Here's Lawrence. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Travis Etienne from 3 yards out. And the Jaguars have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Third time's the charm on the extra point as he gets this one to go. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. Indy set to go on offense once more. Their lead back down to one score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. Now Richardson. A short throw pulled in by Woods. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it'll be second in a couple. So a nice throw there. And, CD, I have to think you've been impressed with what you've seen thus far here in his debut.
Now, you know me well. I have been impressed because what I've seen is him starting to understand how to play the game in a short amount of time. The dazzling plays, they'll come with experience. But right now, we're seeing him handle the game, make all the smart plays, and the right reads.
And this is going to be a Colts first down as the tackle made it about the 43-yard line. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that's going to bring up second down. Second down, here's Richardson. A throw on the money there to Doolin. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. The option to give to Taylor here. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
They run the option on second down. 4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a third down.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive, take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Seventh play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Off play action, Richardson. Able to find his man, Woods. And he takes us just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. And Richardson back to throw it. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
A short throw pulled in by Woods. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
And got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Isaiah McKenzie from 4 yards out. And the Colts are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their fourth quarter lead. They'll let Taylor try and run. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. So the celebration in the end zone, but meanwhile we do have an injured player. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. But the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive. So we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. From midfield now, Lawrence sliding out of the pocket. His throw incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds a defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. That's going to be caught by Kirk. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. And they're going to speed things up here.
Brings up 3rd and inches.
Lawrence on 3rd down. Flush to his right. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts' 20-yard line. A 3rd down gain of 19. But correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Throwing again here. It's Lawrence. Well, that's the 3rd interception for Lawrence. Picked off by Julian Blackmon. And the Colts are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. Well, I mean, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And he's only able to work this from the 8 to the 10 for a pickup of 2. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And now, defensively, they're going to burn their 1st time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Touchdown, Jaguars! He goes 57 yards on the punt return, and the Jags are back within a score.
Well, we know one bench is jumping up and down in excitement right now after that punt return for a touchdown. Whether they go for a PAT or go for two, probably depends on the team's philosophy, doesn't it?
Either way, made it a one-score game. Still a little work to do, though, here in the fourth. Extra point from McManus is good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field. Another important fourth quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. We've got to have two hands on the football here as they run on first down. That's to about the 28. Second down coming up. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Third and 10. Expect a timeout right away if they can't stop them here. Throwing now is Richardson. And that is incomplete.
It certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Agnew now to return. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. So here now, Lawrence and the Jaguars down by 7. Just over a minute 40 to play. They need a touchdown to the PAT to tie it as they come up first and 10. Back to throw, Lawrence. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to let it fly. And incomplete on the deep ball.
They've been trying and trying, but they haven't sacked him yet. He's been able to get away and make plays. Tried to make another one downfield right there, but to no avail. They'll have to keep up the pursuit, though, and not let him get hot.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Lawrence. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gain on his sights, but he could not reel it in.
Oh, man, late in the tight ball game, every play so critical. You feel like you've got to find a way to come up with that football. That was put in a great spot, but it just didn't want to stick in his hands. That's a big letdown.
Well, this one's had a season's worth of thrills already, and it's still week 1. Here's third down now. Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Fourth down, 10 yards to go. Here we go, gotta have it. Lawrence going up top. This is caught at the 20. Touchdown, Jaguars. Travis Etienne. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Jaguars are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the posts, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for two here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, it's been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow. All right, now a big two-point conversion attempt still to come. Throwing now, Lawrence out to his left. And he is in for the two. I still can't believe they went for it, but they've got themselves a lead here late in the ball game. Well, they had guts to go for that, and they got it. Now, if you're the defense, you feel some major pressure, don't you?
Well, they put it on you, haven't they? They've told you that you are the unit they believe in. We'll find out now if they can make it hold up. But, boy, just going for it in that spot.
I know, right?
Amazing.
Now it's the Colts' turn, trailing by one after the two-point conversion. 1:17 remains. This is only week one of the season, folks. Get strapped in as they come up here 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
Now Richardson. He's got a man, complete. Richardson to throw it. The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the fourth. 2nd and 6 coming up. On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. A big play looming on 3rd down. Richardson. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Foyesade Oluokun in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day.
Partner, you absolutely cannot take a sack in that situation. Now, it's also 4th down.
And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. So it all rests now on the right foot of the kicker, Matt Gay. This from long, very long range. And that one will be no good. He never had it on line. It's well wide to the left, and that'll keep this a 1-point game.
Yeah, Brandon, that's a tough distance with the game on the line because you'd like to give your kicker better odds than that. Anything 50-plus, we know it's going to be difficult. And that one proved to be just a little too difficult. And now it appears it's going to cost them the football game.
Five points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for Jacksonville, they